Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Casper CSPR. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go down below, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, if you could tap the like button as well, I'd really appreciate it. Also, I've got some affiliate links down below in the description. If you feel like supporting the channel, it's the best way to do so right now. Just click on one of those affiliate links and you'll usually get a bonus. And just be careful if you sign up for one of those exchange links down there due to what's happening in the crypto space right now. Better yet, maybe just don't sign up for those. Sign up for a TradingView account or something like that. Anyway, Casper. I'm just going to go over the charts here. I went and looked at their website, did a little quick dive into Casper to see what it was all about. And to tell you the truth, nothing really stood out to me. Nothing really made me think, oh, this is the next big Ethereum or anything like that. It just looks like another blockchain on proof of stake network that, is just coming out. I mean, there are plenty of other blockchains that offer the same thing that Casper offers. So they're going to be competing against a high list of other blockchains out there. But let's just look at the charts. Just because the project, in my opinion, doesn't look like it's anything fancy, doesn't mean you can't make any money off of it. So let's just kind of see what's going on here. We are almost at an all-time low for Casper. I'm starting this off here on the weekly time frame. And I've drawn a couple lines out here. If you know anything about technical analysis, you'll kind of understand what's going on here. I also want to add one more line here. Right there. And you can see that, something's wrong with this chart, obviously, because Casper did not start off, way out here. So this is just kind of just kind of a wick. Don't need to worry about this right here. I think Casper started off around the dollar something area is what CoinMarketCap was saying. And it's just done nothing but fall ever since. Now, there's a couple interesting things here, though, is we came down and we did find some support right here around the 5-cent area. Had a little bit of a bounce, and then we came back down, found some more support. Had another bounce, but had a lower high. We actually also created a divergence here, so you had a higher high on the RSI and a lower high on the price. And then we fell through. And now we're finding support here as well. And right now, there's a couple things that are actually going on. We could possibly be creating some sort of a bump and run pattern where it falls down, tests it one time, falls down again, goes sideways, breaks through, and then the retest is currently happening as we speak. The retest would probably have to come back down to retest the line here, but that would also create a lower low. So, that's just basically a resistance line, in my opinion, that it broke through. But the main thing that we're looking at here, at least I'm looking at, is the fact that we are in this rising, broadening wedge. And we are at support right now. And I am actually waiting to see what's going to happen here. Are we going to break right through, possibly come and retest this diagonal line here? Are we going to break through that? Because the target for this rising, broadening wedge, if we were to fall through here, is going to bring us down, just above a penny here. So that would be the target. And it just doesn't look very good. We've been falling. We actually created a kind of a head and shoulders pattern here. Let's see if that actually played out. So we had a bit of a head and shoulders pattern where you got one shoulder, a head, another shoulder, and then we fell through. And, well, that hasn't played out yet, but what it does do is it brings us almost, it has played out to the downside, and we came back to retest now. Are we actually going to follow through and come down to that penny area, just above a penny? Which would be the breakdown of this rising, broadening wedge would bring us there, and actually a little bit lower. So there is that. But if you're looking to buy into Casper right now, we are at the bottom. So, if it does reverse, if the market does reverse after this FTX fiasco, then we could start seeing some, rise to the top. But what I'd want to pay attention to more is if we don't break down out of here, pay attention to whether or not we make a lower high here and then we fall down through. And what I'd be looking for mostly is like a Fibonacci from this top to this bottom here. Oh, I actually drew the line perfectly. Look at that. I'd be waiting for it to come up and hit that 618, maybe even lower, around the 382, and then fall down through. Because if you're in this rising, broadening wedge, you want to find that gap. And right now, we've touched the support and resistance. There's no gap. But if we did come back up and we hit the 4 cent mark here, and then we left a gap right here, and we were not able to come back up and retest this higher resistance line here, that's going to tell me that it's going to roll over at that 618 and fall down to the price target or somewhere around there. Now, I've also in some of my recent videos been talking about a possible fake out to the downside with Bitcoin and the market in general. I don't know. It just seems like right now, just seems like a fake out is necessary to get a short squeeze. And so there's so much leverage to the downside right now with so many people in shorts. You can look that stuff up. I'm not going to show you it right now, but you can look that stuff up. The shorts are just astronomical right now compared to the longs. And so a short squeeze would be, in my opinion, possible. And so what that would look like is maybe we come up, we test that 618, we come down, and instead of reaching the price target down here, which is just over a penny, maybe we retest this line here. And then we get a nice, shot up to the upside here. So pay attention to a possible short squeeze. Also pay attention to this, if we come back up here to hit one of these Fibonacci levels and then fall back down. Now, it could also hit the 20 EMA here, which is the bottom of my red cloud would be the 20 EMA. So we could just come up and hit that and then fall through. There is that as well. But I mean, honestly, it just looks like it's going to fall. Even though we are at support right now, and it's been a long-term support, it does look like it's going to fall. If you look at the RSI, we got rejected off the 50 line on the RSI, came back down, and it looks like we did, fall through the moving average here. And normally when we fall through, it kind of leads to a lower move. Now, that could just be, again, a fake out, and we could move up again. But we have fallen through there. And considering this thing has had, nothing but downside, I guess you could put another trend line right here, I guess, and call that a falling wedge where we broke out and now we're doing the retest of the wedge. That's definitely possible as well. So there's multiple scenarios that could be played out here with Casper. But if this was a falling wedge, and this is a bullish move, I'm going to say that in a bear market with all the disastrous things that are happening right now. If it is that, if we did fall down to retest this here, and we came up to the price target of this falling wedge, that'd be 1,000% move. That would bring us up to around 23 cents. And that would be a 1,000% move. Now that is a pretty good move in my opinion. So if you have faith in this project, if you believe in the Casper project and you think that this thing is gonna change the world in some way, we are at the bottom. Your best buy opportunity, if you do believe this is going to turn around, would be roughly around the 023 area, which is right around the retest of this line here. That would be your best buy if you think it's going to turn around. If you don't think it's going to turn around, I don't know that I'd short just yet. I'd wait until, boy, it's tough because you do have that support right here on this previous resistance line. And so, honestly, your best bet for a short would be to wait for that retest of the 618 or the 382 or the 0.5, which would actually line up right up with that 20 EMA right now. So, anywhere in this golden zone right here, get a short in around there, and then you'd have plenty of room to run, even if, so let's say you got in at the 0.5. So even if it did find support at this line here, you're still getting almost a 50% move to the downside. So pay attention to that. Long term for this project, I'd have to see this thing turn around a little bit more. It is kind of nice to see it break above this previous resistance that had started all the way back November 29th of 2021. So, almost a whole year now. It's been getting resistance at this resistance line. So we did break through. But then we just, hit this resistance, which was previous support right here and here and here. And so you're obviously not going to break through on the first attempt. So then we fall back down. And if it is bullish and we did find the bottom, then we're going to come back up and hopefully I could see it, if it is bullish and we did find the bottom, come back up, probably hit this one more time, maybe break above it, and then find support on top of it right here, and then move up to the upside. But the market's looking pretty bleak right now, so any kind of bullish move. Also, the rising the resistance up here is right at the 50 EMA, so I don't know if that's going to collide somewhere in there as well. But anyway, long term for this project, I mean, your best bet is to get that 1,000% move back up to the 22 cent area. If you are looking for even longer term and we have hit bottom here, put in a Fibonacci out here, I'd be looking at some resistances. First off, probably heavy resistance around the 45 cent level if we were to get up that high. And possibly, in my opinion, I would say either the 45 cent level is going to be a high before a large reversal, or right around the $4.80 level. This would probably be the top, in my opinion. Let me take this off of log scale and just see where that takes us. Well, see that maybe that's even too high. Maybe the top would probably be roughly around I mean, that makes more sense to me. Around the dollar area, 90 cent to $1 area. So long term, if a bullish move comes out of this, I'd be looking to, as a top for Casper just around the dollar area for the next bull cycle. But, I mean, that's long way in the future. If that even happens, I mean, Casper could just disappear. Like the ghost. And let's go down to a lower time frame though. So let's go see what's going on the daily here. So on the daily, so here's one thing. So on the daily, we do have the RSI almost in the oversold area. Last time we reached this specific area, we did have this nice move to the upside, which brought in 116% move. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Also, the trend directional is just about to print a green dot down here, and it's in the oversold area, and we're still in the money flow, so the green money flow is good. So there is a strong chance. Oh, and here's the 200 EMA on the daily, which is probably going to line up perfectly with the when it comes to be time. And actually right now it lines up perfectly with the 618. So there is that. So on the daily, it does look more bullish than bearish, even though Bitcoin's kind of iffy right now. So possibly, there is a good chance that we do come up and hit that 200 EMA, which as of right now would probably net us around 50%, maybe 60% move to the upside. So pay attention to that. So the daily actually looks pretty solid for a move to the upside. Let's go down to the 12-hour really quick. The 12-hour looks really good to the upside. We're creating a divergence here. So we've got lower lows down on the price over here, and we've got higher lows on the RSI over here. So we are creating a divergence as well, which is telling me that there's probably a decent move to the upside heading soon. I mean, all depends on Bitcoin, I guess. And then let's go down to the 4-hour really quick before we go anywhere else. And everything right now, in my opinion, is pointing to the upside. We got the divergence on the 4-hour. We're hitting support perfectly here. So yeah, I mean, actually changing my mind here, I do believe that there is a strong possibility that we at least come up to the 40 to 50 cent area before getting rejected to the downside. And unless something bullish happens in the market, maybe we break right through that. So just honestly right now, just pay attention to the Fibonacci's here. Pay attention to this 618 at the 40 through 44 cent area and this golden zone here. And if we can break above that 618, that would also break us above the 200 EMA on the daily, which we attempted to do just recently and failed, which is telling me that maybe another attempt is about to happen. And yeah, maybe we do break above that. We'll see. So that's kind of the moves that I see for Casper in the short term and possibly the long term. Pay attention to the price action. And yeah, if you got any questions or anything like that, leave that down below in the comments. If you want me to look at any other coins, let me know in the comments as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. That'd be pretty cool if we got there. And yeah, appreciate you, appreciate your time. And just remember, not a financial advisor, just a dude on his computer. Talk to you later.